loud in the room. I want to thank everyone for being here and welcome you to our premiere soiree. Thank you, thank you. This is Whitman-Walker's 18th Spring Gala. My name is Michael Manganiello, and I'm on the board of the directors and the chair of tonight's events. So I'm going to do a couple thank yous and I promise very short remarks. I want to thank our host committee who worked so hard to fill the room tonight. Anybody in the host committee that's in this room, could you raise your hand? Host committee. Right here. I want to thank a couple of our sponsors, though I've already talked to a couple of people that should be sponsors next year, so you don't get mentioned yet. I want to thank Giant, Kimpton Hotels, Maxor Pharmacy, Geico, Verizon, and the Daily Hookup, which I'm not sure what that is, but it's it must be for younger members.
The post-party event.
Clearly. And I certainly want to thank Whitman-Walker employees who have put in such long hours to make this event happen and to make the clinic what it is today. Okay, any Whitman-Walker employees that are here, just raise their hand. Yes. I want to thank the board of directors and their good stewardship of what's been happening in the last couple of years. Could the board of directors please just acknowledge and raise their hands? And finally, in my thank yous, I'd like to thank the quartet from the World Doctors Orchestra.
Oh yeah!
So, you know, we for many years had very traditional sit-down dinner, gala, formal things. And I promised my friends when I agreed to chair this gala that there would be no sit-down dinner and a very short program. And I promised that. Yes, and yet despite that, I'm going to start with a short history lesson. And the last thing you want to do is stop having your cocktails and have your hors d'oeuvres, but I have the mic, so that's it. So, just a little bit of history. So, on June 28th of this year, it will be 44 years since the Stonewall riots on Christopher Street, New York City. And it was the beginning of the civil rights movement in this country. And it was a very dark time in this nation when it came to health care for the LGBT population that was never even considered. On June 6th of this year, it will be the 30th anniversary of the diagnosis of the first 5 cases of HIV/AIDS in this country. And there are now 1.1 million Americans with HIV and AIDS, and 500,000 of our brothers and sisters have died. And today, our home, Washington, D.C., has the highest rates of infection in the nation. In June of this year, on a personal note, it will be 25 years since I was diagnosed with HIV/AIDS. And I only mention it because if it wasn't for institutions, I was living in New York, but institutions like Whitman-Walker, I wouldn't be standing here today giving you this history lesson.
Wow.
But I believe, but I think actually the most important anniversary is that this year the Whitman-Walker turned 33 years old and has been serving the community since day 1 of the HIV pandemic. So, over the last 3 decades of this, the face of this disease has changed dramatically. And in the next few minutes, you're going to hear about exciting new changes and why Whitman-Walker has risen to the occasion to face these challenges. Whitman-Walker is now a full-service health center providing primary medical care for any man or woman, HIV or not, who needs and deserves the best available care in the city of Washington. I want to thank you for writing your checks tonight. And that was really important. But to all of you in this room tonight, your job is more than just writing a check. Your responsibility as citizens of Washington is to leave here tonight and spread the word to everyone that you know and to all of your friends that care about the health of this city that there is a new community health center in town providing medical care that is the role model for the nation. And all of you, when you visit the new website, I want you to call our executive director, Don, and ask him to set up a visit. We need all of you and your extended networks to help us so that we can continue to offer the excellent care we do and enable the Whitman-Walker to face the healthcare challenges that are ahead of us. So now it's my pleasure to introduce our visionary Executive Director, Don Blanchard, to talk about the fantastic new changes and the exciting new things.